Few things. Area control probably is the biggest one for mine. Enable the Snapfire to safely sit on the back lines without too much pressure of being harassed out by the puck. Rupture, of course, very nice against the Phoenix, who's might be wanting to Icarus dive away, as well as just being able to lay it down, like I was mentioning before. If he's casting the Sunray into a Blood Right, it can be a little bit scary. You obviously you might want to pop the Supernova early, you might want to pop the dive early, and if they're going all in brawling, then your laning phase is going to be decent too. Don't mind the Tide Hunter though; you're able to soak up a lot of this damage, and by the point I think Galaxy Racer are hoping that SMG are looking to go forward and try and make something happen against you. The Phoenix will have at least 2 points in the Sunray, and that should be enough to be able to withstand at least the earlier parts of the damage potential on SMG.
I go back into the Nia Void Spirit as well. So something that we've seen time and time again for SMG's position 2.
5 seconds.
It is up against the Lion, so you're going to have a little bit of instant control with that Hex. Something he's got to keep in mind. But the follow-up afterwards is very much lacking. There's no real burst that Galaxy Racer have. And this is going to be that tempo hero they're looking for here as well for Dire.
Yeah, exactly. They've still got their core, of course, and potentially both teams have their position 1 yet to come. Void Spirit's going to be great, though, especially once you get the Ags for being able to lock down the Lion, remaining. The Phoenix on the backlines. That's going to be his main role. He's on the front lines, Bloodseeker's controlling the middle of the fight, Snapfire at the back, Grimstroke kind of in the middle as well, and we'll see what Mid One's going to be doing. I mean, in classic Mid One style, I'm sure he's going to be wanting to be on the backlines as well as Nia, but might not have the draft for it. I mean, it's not a terrible Slark game. It's not a good one either, though.
10 seconds remaining.
Ursa's nice. Ursa's really good.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, you've already got the Snapfire to kind of help deal with the Supernova, but I think
Radiant team ban.
They ban it themselves, really?
So
against a puck that you can enrage out of, a Tide Hunter which you're good against in lane, and a Supernova egg. I'm really surprised about that.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem like the greatest Ursa game for Galaxy Racer as well. Like you've got the Rupture to kite him. Void Spirit's very mobile. Maybe they were looking for Galaxy Racer to have some burst with the Lion, because that's what I was saying before. Like, if Void Spirit gets stunned, there's no burst coming through. So maybe they were worried about like a Lion jump from Ursa just to assassinate one person. Because I think that's really only one of the few position ones that will fulfill that role. But like, it was looking...
I still don't agree with it. I think it was probably the perfect pick for the situation. Unless they are thinking of just going what you were thinking before, right? With the like it's actually Mid One's hero, the Bloodseeker, because you can see Galaxy Racer. They're getting rid of the Night Stalker. They're getting rid of the Timber Saw. They're thinking, well, KP's hero is still the one that's yet to come.
Radiant
Let's see the
Juggernaut.
Okay. So
I mean, it's fine. There's nothing bad about Juggernaut. Like with this. Against this team. Good against Tide, good against Phoenix. It basically does everything else that Ursa does, with maybe a bit more burst potential, with that Omni Slash. But it means that you're much more cooldown reliant and perhaps a little weaker Roche taking potential, but it's not weak Roche taking potential by any means.
Trying to see what they can go for here now for Inner Dream. What do you think is left in the pool that could match up well versus Jug?
How about a PA? I want to see a PA come through against this.
Do you get a?
You're going to be able to bit too what? Bit too greedy?
I was going to say just kited from the Bloodseeker.
I mean, kited, yes, but in the laning stage, you're not going to have too bad of a time. You always want that that blinking hero that's able to get out of the Blood Rights, and then you're one of the heroes that naturally builds Bash, which is going to be good against the Juggernaut.
Choose your
It's going to be a Luna instead. Do they have enough protection for Luna? I guess they do. Dream Coil, Ravage. It's going to provide a lot of that. Let's see if Jokam's on point again with a lot of his stuns. He was fantastic in game number 1 of this series.
We're back into the team fight for Galaxy Racer. Like, you take a look at what they, again, really relying on their level 6s. But
is it going to be a different Luna build than we saw from Dreamer Cell, though, right? Because previously, like, he just went all in onto the farm. I don't think he even skilled up Eclipse because he only had 1 or 2 points in the Lucid Beam until, like, level 13 or so. He's just maxing out that Lunar Blessing, maxing out the Glaives. So my worry is that you are kind of cooldown reliant. Like, everything is on Alacrity this game for mine if you are going to go that heavy farm intensive into the In Your Dream Luna. And if SMG are able to identify that and punish it, then it could open up a big opportunity for them to snowball. And even if you go into a fighting build, incredibly cooldown reliant, right? Dream Coil, Supernova, Ravage, Eclipse. Once those are down, you have a much reduced level of team fight effectiveness. So on the draft, I'm going to say SMG, but man, Galaxy Racer's team fight coordination has been good. So it's hard for me to call.
Yeah, it is. It's hard to say when... I like their draft, but do I like what they're able to do with it? And it's kind of a little bit of recency bias as well. Like, you saw what Galaxy Racer so far through a lot of their games, they've been executing at such a high level.
Got people in chat asking if they can have any of your lucky bracelets. Are those the things that you've got wrapped around your microphone?
Yes, I don't know why. I kind of felt like doing it. I've just wrapping the bracelets around. Felt like styling up a little bit. Yeah, you just gotta add a little.
Are you a bit of a thing with, like, you know, some people are sneakerheads with shoes? Are bracelets your thing? Like, some people do watches.
No, I do have too many bracelets. There's, well, like, 2 are for a charity, well, like a company called Loci, and they have like different type of bracelets that will go to different causes. So, you know, for an example, like breast cancer is one of them, so you can get like a pink bracelet. They just got like a bunch of different ones.
Livestrong bracelets, yeah, those sort of things.
Mm-hmm. So I got 2 of them, 2 types of those bracelets. I got one from Amsterdam, and then one from the Misses, and then one I bought. But they're all kind of the same, and they're kind of thick too. It's just a bracelet. We're going from cooking stream, bracelet stream. We're all for it here.
Mm-hmm.
I do like me some bracelets. I always like them. Got a bit too many. It's kind of fun.
I'm a bit basic. I'm not much of an accessories kind of person, you know?
Yeah,
when I was younger, like, I used to wear a watch, but nah, you've got phones these days. It's basically like, people keep saying, oh, in the future. Man, we are in the future. We've got supercomputers in our pockets, you know?
Try not to react to what you said.
To what? To what?
I just saw it.
Top lane mid one. He's dropping low again already, but it's because he wants to put a lot of pressure here onto Mizu.
This is a lane that they can get very aggressive in from Rogi in mid one. Like, their level 1 timings is a lot stronger than Radiant's. We do see Gush, though, level 1 timing is pretty goddamn strong, but I think you'd rather it be a Blade Fury Stroke of Fate. And it seems like Dire are going
Maybe if you had, like, a Snapfire as your position 4, you know, then you could punish with the Gush, but Lion, not so much. Hell, even a Shadow Shaman, you know? All of that huge right-click damage that you can get.
Do you feel like this lane is going to get to a stage where Galaxy Racer can actually man fight? I feel like it's just going to get a lot easier for Dire as that lane goes on.
Yeah, I think so as well. You know, again, the Grimstroke's one of those heroes that doesn't need too much in the form of levels to try and get a lot done. He might be in a bit of trouble here, though, as he gets Impale off. Good one. Talk about not needing much, that level 2 with the spin.
Well, they missed the stroke. I think the Blade Fury is going to be enough, and yeah, it is. You see, it's such an important thing. If you get level 2 before the enemy team, you've got a big power spike with an extra ability. You need to use that to your advantage, and that's exactly what SMG do here to pick up first blood.
All the lanes going quite well for them as well. Even mid, it's super early on, but he has taken a little bit of a lead in the last hits front. got a bottle nice and early, so he's going to be able to get that water rune bottled. Same thing with Alacrity, though. I don't think they've been... Actually, I'm not looking at the denies. Yeah, not too heavy into the denying. It's all about just securing their own last hits.
Bot lane? In your dream? Take a lot of damage here. Has to sidestep out of the blood riot, but it causes him to go further from that T1 tower.
Thanks.
As long as he's got the help of Apollo Sun, that's going to be the main thing here as top lane. Battle's continuing to break out. Mid one doesn't have the ward right next to him, so he's not going to be able to continue to use that Blade Fury aggressively.
And it's just the level 1 ward as well, and he doesn't have any regen. No, he's got the tangos coming out to him now. Gets salved up once by Rogi. This does seem like such a mid 1 lane though, right? He's like,
Yeah.
5 salves, please. Give me everything. I don't even know if the please is there, you know?
It's just expected at this stage. I guess if he's going to carry them to victory, then
A prize.
He's going to need to do better than last game though. 1 and 8,
Yeah.
I think it was, to finish things off.
it was a bit of a rough performance from him. But he has been
Dire's bottom tower
very,
is
very
under
solid
attack.
in all the games we've seen so far from SMG. So trying to
As
see.
well, we saw him go for the bottle last game, and looks like he's going into a similar sort of build this time on the Tide Hunter. I'm not feeling quite as strong about it this game, just because previously, you know, you had Alacrity to play with, Invoker's not a bottle carrier, but this time around he's got the puck. You know, they're very capable of carrying the bottle. I think he might be...
Dire's middle tower is under
I
attack.
don't even know what the right term is, not overexpending your resources, but... Soul Ring could have been just as good, gives you that little bit of extra strength for the laying stage.
Does he
Also
not,
thinking about what's he going to go into later, you know?
does he not need boots for this lane as well? Like, I feel like bottle will help. Yes, with your sustain.
Between gank attempts, yeah.
Yeah, but like, I feel like you're just gonna get chased down. What's it like? What is it going to do versus a Blade Fury and versus? I mean, 2 points Inkswell. I don't know. I want to see how that plays for Mizu's bot lane. See SMG getting very deep here with the attempt to try and bring down In Your Dream, but well, he's going to be able to pick up his first kill of the game here on the Luna.
Cross the dark moon.
Going super early. The tower did a good job for SMG, just clearing out a few of those creeps. They missed a bunch, but I mean, if you're giving up a kill for it, and honestly, a lot of what KP has, he's just going to be able to snare the second range creep. Oh no, never mind. He's just AFK for no reason, not hitting the last range in lane.
Deepest thanks.
You're taking a look at how we expect Alacrity and Nia to play. It definitely feels like these position 2s are going to be all up in the other lanes. Oh, speaking about them, top, mid one. The Fury just expires, and they use that Inkswell really, really late. So now Radiant have their abilities up to battle, knowing that Dyers are on cooldown, and they're going to look to punish, as Rogi will get caught out. Simultaneously across the map, we're going to see In Your Dream falling to Arfu, who's also even looking for another cute kill on Polo.
This is the good thing about that Bloodseeker, though. You can just see how low all of the heroes are on Galaxy Racer, of course. The Luna ended up
Surely
going down.
Arfu doesn't
Phoenix,
actually-
Lion. Oh,
Such a
Dire's
cute
middle
attempt
tower
there.
is under attack.
trying to catch up onto KP, but, you know, during that team fight, hell, even now, he was moving at 550 movement speed with the phase boots active. So you can get a whole lot done as this Bloodseeker super early on.
And it does now free up Nia for a wave mid at least. Both are getting really good CS. 45 and 2 compared to the 40 and 4
Radiant's middle
from either
tower
team's
is under
position
attack.
2s, and they're actually going to look to make a play here. So the lane is shoved out. SMG are going to have about 6-7 seconds until that mid lane's going to collapse, and this might give it away then. So they're going to have to be pretty quick on where they try and move to.
It would have to be the top side. No Ravage yet, no mana, although the bottle is just about to be delivered through to Mizu. So you got the, any stacks built up just yet for this Luna? No, nothing on either side, I don't think.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any stacks at the moment.
Little surprising, particularly for Galaxy Racer. You know, you've got a Tide Hunter and a Luna, and you know, you're against a Bloodseeker that's constantly wanting to brawl in the early game. So I'm surprised that they haven't taken the time to go back stack. Yokam's going to do it now, but 7 minutes for your first stack, not ideal. There's Afu, smoke pops.
Mizu.
We get a nice double stun here, triple. Ooh.
Close. That's enough though. Mizu's back to safety. When he did go double bracer one, so it looks like just with his item build, he's like, alright, I know it's going to be a brawling lane. Who cares about movement speed? Let's just tank up.
The bracer meta's real.
Yeah. Surely, does he go 3 braces?
I mean, I think he needs the boots now at this point. You know, you're starting to build up the levels there on mid one. 2 points in the X-Well as well. Very big spike in damage as well as the stun duration from that.
Oh, in your dream!
Level 3. Oh.
He made a big mistake there. He TP'd away from the rupture, but his TP back to the T1 tower was in such close proximity that he still took damage from it. So KP chases him down and Polo gets killed too.
Things going well for SMG.
Dire are scanning.
Channel point betters in shambles.
Dire's middle tower.
Yokem, he's been able to get another good lockdown that might have overlapped the silence a little bit there. The Dream Cold be enough to take him down.
No way he survives. Oh, he did an astral step. So they'll lose Nia, they're going to lose Rogi as well. Great plays from Yokem and Co. You see that control really coming into play here.
Yeah, even with the slight misplays, well, from both sides to be honest, it's gone in Galaxy Racer's favor, and they've got a nice way of pushing into the tower as well. Give space to mid one, I suppose, and he's done the same up towards the top side, so going to force a rotation here through from Yokem, making sure that none of that valuable experience is lost. He's getting so close to his level 6 as well, but you can see he's kind of like, oh, can I get this creep and then still stack? And he's just decides, you know what? Why shouldn't I? Why shouldn't I get level 6? Who needs to stack for the cause? They'll do it themselves. Got him. And you can just see the inexperience from Alacrity. He's never stacked a camp in his life, so he misses the stack on the hard camp.
Oh, bot lane. Believe, yeah, in your dream, TP'd out of the rupture there. They showing so far the inability to kind of lock Galaxy Racer in place, and they're still grouping up. I love this from Radiant. Yeah, Mizu's got Ravage. Phoenix is very close to the 6th. They're not going to have it just yet. He's shy 13 experience for the Supernova. A great silence on 3 thanks to the Blood Right. They're looking to chase on forward. Mizu's incredibly tanky. Now with the Sunray heal as well. Mizu turns back around. Will slow him down. Can they bring him through with the pure damage? Blood Right just off the mark, but it looks like Nia. He's got the damage to come through thanks to the Astral Step.
Yeah, rare poor positioning coming there from Yokem. They're going to try and make a play here onto the puck. Using their Supernova as well, getting the lockdown onto Afu to make sure he's not able to burst it down in quick enough time.
He got the Observer Ward instead of the Supernova. I don't know if he meant to click it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That's the next level play, actually. Okay, Danog, hear me out now. Every time you dive in, you hold a sentry, you place... Oh, hang on a second. Nia, goodbye, Yokem. We're seeing, again, these supports getting the level 6s at very, very early stages, which is just making a lot of plays across the map off them. You know, we saw that Supernova get a kill. We saw the Finger of Death get a kill. You know, last game was very impactful as well for those 6s from Galaxy Racers. So just, you know, the importance of these supports from, you know, soaking up some experience in one of the lanes can really pay dividends.
Radiant are scanning.
All right, so tell me a little bit about your
all right, so
your theory.
So Phoenix holds sentry, dives in, drops the sentry on top of the Supernova, and then they accidentally hit the sentry a couple times instead of the egg.
That's the next level play right there.
It's got to be, right? I mean, I've like it's just come to my brain like 5,000 IQ, because I just saw the Snapfire use all these little shredder attacks on an Observer Ward instead of hitting the Phoenix. Like, that's crazy. Did you see T-Gov put out a tweet about the gem in in Roche Pit. Did you see that? Because couriers can't scout Roche anymore. They don't give vision. Did you see that tweet?
What did he do? Did he like put the gem down beside it and then pick it up again for the vision?
So he sent the courier in the pit with like 5 iron branches. You put the branches down on top of the gem.
Makes sense.
So the team can't get the gem and you still get the vision inside. And then the courier quickly picks up the gem.
Then it's just a game of like of Minecraft basically, where you're picking up branches and moving them off to the side so you can get the gem, you know?
Yeah, it's just adapting to the stupid couriers meta of where we just saw them flying around and picking up crap in the Roche Pit and giving vision as Nia. Supernova back up, ready to roll here. Arfu's going to try and move on to deal with the egg, but Mizu, great protection with the Ravage. Allows Polison's ultimate get popped here, and they're still going to try and take the fight, but the Omni Slash mid one's ripping them apart. He gets a couple lucky crits with the Maelstrom proc 2. Polo TP up, one more swipe, not enough. Mid one, a little bit too late on that.
Radiant's bottom
It was literally on the backswing as well. They had to pop so much just to be able to kill that Void Spirit. He was only about half a second away from living. He was just out of that chain lockdown for 1 second. He could have got off that magic wand and potentially survived and made a huge window of opening for SMG. Honestly, they still have it though. You know, we just talk about everything that they popped to be able to kill him. They're all kind of converging around this mid lane, but all this valuable experience. You can't leave it to go unobtained, says Mia. So he's going to go to the top side.
As this game continues on here, how do we feel matchup wise for the Luna and the Juggernaut?
What's he going in terms of itemization?
Bye bye Mizu. It's a scary prospect just walking up a high ground blind into 3 die heroes, especially when he had a ward nearby that saw them kind of farming together. He's just saying it's space. That's it. He was just baiting them so the rest of Galaxy Racer, they could make their own move to kill off the Juggernaut.
I feel like if they've got all of their abilities available, Luna's going to win the man fight against a Jug. If not, Jug is going to be able to come out on top. If he gets the fight. You know, you can't have too many more of those deaths. It's only the one so far to mid one, to be fair, but it's pretty valuable considering you've gone for this Maelstrom build. You want to be a little bit more active. You haven't kind of banked on having the late game prowess that a Battle Fury gives you.
How's the farm on KP been going to? It's gone wood. What's the next item here for the Bloodseeker? What are we feeling?
It's just a KP build, you know. He's just trying to be as tanky as possible. He's got the health from the orb. He's got the armor from the phase boots, chipped vest, hood of defiance. He's going to place himself into the middle of team fights, try and bait out a few of these big ultimates from Galaxy Racer and hopefully find a way to live. Wouldn't surprise me to see him go like a super early BKB or something after this.
So it just feels like KP wants to be up in the face and kind of just tanking up abilities?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you've seen Nia a couple of times now. He's been caught out with, you know, not amazing survivability. Using the Ravage onto the Tidehunter. He's going to get up onto the high ground on the enemy side of these.
That jump is really far away from the Tide. It's going to cost them here. Misexecution paying drastic here in this team fight. They still drop the Ravage along with Eclipse. Double Earth Spike Radiant. They're going to look to turn it around, but now mid one's showing up. So Galaxy Racing, they're going to get back to safety. That's all without the Juggernaut, and they find 3 here, and now they can move that into the tier 1. A big misplay from Radiant. You need that Tide to protect the abilities, but the fact that it was still ruptured meant that he couldn't get in the middle, dropping the Ravage to stop the damage and the attacks on the Supernova.
Yeah. Bit of a misplay coming through there, and even just a little bit of luck as well. The last little tentacle of the Ravage wasn't able to connect in onto the Mortimer's Kisses, so Arthur was able to lay them all out. 3-for-1 trade there. More importantly, no ultimates available. Even, I believe, was the Eclipse used in the team fight, or was that like a farming Eclipse?
That was used in the team fight in a dream. TP, Remnant. Gonna cancel the TP, Radiant. They're coming down, but they're too late, and they don't have ultimates as well to try and look for a turn.
They can just stay here. Why not? You know, you've got everyone here. Keep all of those TPs available, healing ward available, all ultimates ready, except for the Mortimer's Kisses by the time the team fight breaks out. The Soulbind will be available as well.
Mizu?
Come on, they're keen to fight.
Hood popped. Alacrity once again. A great coil silence. Earthspark from Yokam. It's on multiple heroes. But the damage is non-existent at the moment without the ultimates and without a farmed Luna. He's going to try and dive deep under the tower. Look at the Maelstrom Ink Spell stun
nice
combo. That's beautiful. Again, it's on 3 from the Lion, but it will not matter. We're seeing some incredible stuns, but it's SMG that are looking to run over this early game.
That's a couple of teamfight misplays coming through from Pulse, and he's leveled up the Sunray, who has had it at max, and everything was committed there onto Mizu, right on the stairs. So you've got this tiny little choke point that you're able to get a great Sunray off, not only healing him up, but also damaging 3 or 4 of the enemy team. And he just stayed back. I think he even walked into the Blood right there, which, you know, gonna silence you for a few seconds and mean that you're gonna have very little teamfight effectiveness. So poor Supernova, not using the stun ray. In order for Galaxy Race to be able to bring this back. I say bring it back, it's only a 1k net worth lead, but things should be going even more in their favor.
Double yours after the Soulbind gives mid one some space to be able to get the healing ward along with the Blade Fury, and they turn. It brings down Yokam. Mizu's still in the backline. Ravage is available here. They need to get rid of the healing ward, and they'll do just that. Now with the Ravage going to get popped, they know the Blade Fury's on cooldown for a couple extra seconds. Mid one needs help, and he needs it now, but can he get back to safety? Inkspell gives him the movement speed. They're going to try and drop the Eclipse the coil once again on multiple heroes from Alacrity. They're going to go back in on mid one. It's a Blade Fury damage going to be enough to be able to turn it. Mid one, he's just taking up the right clicks, blink on 4th. They even drop the Supernova. But nonetheless, Galaxy Racer take a great team fight.
Come on, Polo. You don't need that. But yeah, no, you said it perfectly. It was another good team fight. They're realizing that, look, just as much as we're reliant on our team fight ultimates, if there's no Soulbind, if there's no Omni Slash, then you're kind of vulnerable yourselves. Eclipse not even getting the most done, but throughout all these team fights, Alacrity, we saw a not so great performance on his puck the other day. This time around, multi-man dream calls every single time.
Yokam.
Real good for him.
Great Hex stops the Remnant. They still get the Rupture out nonetheless. They're going to try and look to turn. A little bit of life still coming through from the Mask of Madness. Sunray as well in your dream. Fighting conditions at the moment. They even get the Fire Spirit, so they can't man fight in your dream. He just sticks his ground like a Luna's supposed to do, and there's no extra follow-up, but great silence on top of the backline prevents the Grimstroke Void Spirit from being able to counter-initiate here. Now with the Omnislash dropped as well, but Mizu's taking up all the damage. The Hood's gonna get popped. Where's the control coming through, and where's the damage? Mid one. That's provided thanks to Blade Fury. Once again, Yokam, a double Earth Spike. They'll get the kill. Where's the extra follow-up though? Blackleak jaunts up to the northern side. Remnant just shy. I have been like so impressed from Yokam in almost every game that we've seen. You know, he's been a bit MIA from the scene, but coming back, and he's just this Lion performance is incredible.
Seems like it happens every single time we see him, you know, and he's coming in clutch for Galaxy Race, so that's for sure. We're able to get off a nice healing ward too in the middle of that fight. Good teamwork happening there, and we just saw that fight could have probably even gone better for Galaxy Race. Apollo, he finally had a good position to use the Sunray again around one of these choke points. He was on the high ground, no vision of him channeling it up, so it's not easy to get in onto the backlines, use the Yule Scepter to be able to disrupt it. And there was those cheeky little Vools that were actually hitting the Luna, so he wasn't regenning as much as he should have, which is unfortunate, but Galaxy Race, they still end up winning the team fight.
What do you feel like the priority needs to be here for SMG when they take fights? Like, which hero do they have to bring down first? Is, well, Mizu?
Not Mizu.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
That's for sure. I mean, Hood, Essence Ring. He's got the backup of the Sunray as well, 2100 HP. Like, you're just not killing him.
Close to the Solar Crest as well. They get a smoke off, but it's not with Mizu, so he's just going to show up in lane, try and act as a little bit of the bait and say, well, you seem to be obsessed with running at me, so I'm just going to put myself out here. He's even got the Essence Ring as well for that little bit of extra added survivability. And the Holy Locket actually already finished up from Polison, so he's doing a crap ton of healing.
Looks like they're...
Oh, first though.
Are they just trying to get set up for Roche? Because if they win a fight, they can take it on Radiant. I don't think they can walk in now, but you see how they're looking to de-ward the area and look to control that side.
Yeah, definitely with that Solar Crest that's very close to being picked up, with the Gush, and of course Luna just being able to dish out a ton of damage. Very easy for them to go ahead and do Roche if they win a team fight, though. You know, they're still very cooldown reliant, so any kind of engagement kind of feels like it has to be an all-in situation for Galaxy Racers. So you can see a lot of cores in this position might be TPing around the map, trying to get a lot done. In Your Dream, taking advantage of Luna's good base movement speed. He's walking around the map, even just using the Mask of Madness between camps to get there faster.
Izu needs to tank up the Remnant, and he will. Polo out of the Blood Riot. That's so much damage. Okay.
With the kisses, it's enough.
Yeah, my lord, Mizu just evaporated.
Can they do Roche is the question. You got 30 seconds. Okay, he's got the Blink Dagger though. Could we see another big play come through from this Lion?
They only got 1 point Lil Shredder.
Vision granted by the spirits. It's going to slow down the attack speed coming through from mid one, even as he's buffed up by that medallion.
I don't think Dire can do this. Tide's up in 10.
Nope.
They use kisses. Healing Ward's on cooldown as well. You see, they're all trying to get in the pit. Even KP helping hand with those right clicks. Closer and closer till the Tide's about to respawn. And this might be the time for Radiant to slowly push them away. Here comes Tide with a TP. There we go. Roche about a third HP now, and they're unable to take it.
Even just that improved Manta style. Are they going to be able to catch out In Your Dream as he's farming in this mid lane? No, they're caught on the other side. Healing Ward's back available. This is such a big team fight for the context of the game.
Lion, Caught, Coil, Rabbit, dropped as well.
Oh, man.
Eclipse, Supernova, all the ultimates getting used here, but they've only found one. They'll disengage from the egg. Now this could be a bit of a window here from Dire. They've got the Omni Slash, but on the front lines are Fu, Cookie. If it needs to get better positioning, Omni Slash Mizu solely tanking along with the Roshan now as well. He's got the Sunray Heals, Jokan blinking once again with the Earthspark controlling up mid one. They'll bring him down. And the rest of SMG, they can't control the pit as In Your Dream stands his ground with a Rough Shot, kills off Roshan, but they're still hunting on Alacrity and Mizu. They'll kill off Rogi. They'll kill off Arfu, 4 down on SMG. And you just said that is a big fight for the story of this game, and our Galaxy Racer coming out ahead.
Top tower is under attack.
The tips coming through onto Arfu. The big part of being able to take down that mid one Juggernaut, they had no ultimates available. So the execution coming through from Galaxy Racer on point once again. Just the positioning from these supports in these last 2 or 3 team fights has been amazing. Yokem, honestly, from every single one, but Polo again, able to get off a nice Sunray, make sure Mizu's able to tank up that damage with the Essence Ring, with the Solar Crest, the Hood, and just a key blink in, multi-man stun, gets the Hex off as they're starting to run away, and now you've finished up the BKB on top of the Aegis.
See that? How Radiant feel heading into a team fight with all their ultimates is so completely different than when they don't have those ultis. Polo?
Gotta be careful, Polo.
It's okay at the moment. Kisses should claim the life. Cole dropped on all 3. Now with the BKB means that the Luna's just freely able to right click mid. One Cookie back to safety. He's actually going to try and look to turn to bring down Yokem, but you still got to be careful because In Your Dream's in fighting condition and mid one is not. It's going to try and run down to the southern side, but Radiant, they got the Observer Ward at the moment, so they scout out SMG's positioning. Rogi, Cookie, further to the northern side, Alacrity, prime position to be able to close the distance, kill off the Grimstroke. It's a 2 for 2 as Galaxy lose both their supports.
Ended up taking a lot more damage because of just what you were talking about before with the use of that Sentry Ward. The Sentry, the Observer that were placed right on the same spot on this high ground, so he was spending a lot of time right-clicking him down, ended up getting the Sentry first, so he just took a ton of damage from the Luna. I think it was 2 Lucid Beams. And, well, that was enough to get the cleanup afterwards.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Again, like, that was only Dreamcoil used, I'm pretty sure, in terms of ultimates that fight. So it's going to be 15 seconds until it is up again. Why not just go? You know, you've got everything available. You've got nearly a level 20 Luna now, who's building towards that butterfly. Going to be real nice against the Juggernaut, who doesn't want to build an MKB this early on. His main issue right now is survivability on mid one.
Yeah, at least mid one's still gonna have those procs to play with the Omni Slash, but I don't know if it's gonna be enough here once the butterfly is picked up. Like, he really feels like the Jug needs a couple more items until SMG actually might be able to turn this one back around. Because now it's getting to a stage where, like, either team wants the group up, and I feel like that's where Radiant is strongest, when they have all these teamfight ultimates available compared to SMG.
Yeah, for sure.
Radiant
All
are
right,
scanning.
Eagle Song already picked up. Not worrying about saving for buyback or anything like that. I don't think In Your Dream thinks he's even capable of dying based off how the supports have been having his back in these games.
Uh-oh.
He's just going to sit there.
Not a
Mask
choke
of Madness.
point
It'd be
fight.
big if they caught out the supports.
Are fortified.
Killing Ward dropped instantly. Vision, so important in a fight like this around a choke point. Double rupture.
Double rupture.
One of the kisses so far in the backline. They got the Sunbreak heal. Instantly going to get silence off thanks to the blood right position. Misery needs to drop the Ravage. Going to be able to do so. It actually clips on mid one. He needs help. The silence going to be coming out as well with the Supernova drop ready. They're pushing back Dire. Can they kill off the egg? They can't. Dagon brings him down. It's a 1-for-1 to start, but a lot of ultimates used. Mid one push away. Finger of Death. He needs help. Blade Fury. Blink on forward. Alacrity. Is a right clicks enough? Mid one is trying to chicken drive. He can't. Mid one will fall. And now with all those ultimates from Galaxy Racer, they need the creeps though. They need some way to push down a lane and get a little bit more out of it.
I mean, every single time they're just going for this Tide Hunter, and unfortunately they're still lacking on the damage. You know, if you think he finally was able to finish up that Eye of Skadi right before that team fight, but just wasn't enough. Even the minus regen coming through from whatever he was able to hit. It was some good positionings on the Blood Rights as well from KP, just clipping the Phoenix on the edge of it, even there forcing him to use a bit of an extra dive forward, but still the strength of the farm that they've been able to build up so far on Galaxy Racer outweighs some nice individual play coming through from SMG. Your dream is big. He's a big boy.
He is
More than
indeed.
4,000 ahead of everyone else on his team. I'm loving seeing more of this Manta style. Not abused anywhere near enough. Luna probably the best carry to do it these days for the ranged hero pool. Just quickly able to shove out these lanes, take much less damage, especially with this tanky build that he's gone. You can see mid one, he's even just missing some of these illusions because of that Battle Fury that was recently picked up. He wants to get some of those Maelstrom procs off in the middle of these team fights. You know, maybe looking to prioritize a little bit more attention onto the egg. The last few have been in nice positions. Off to the side, away from the dead center of the team fight. And could we see another smoke come through? All ultimates coming back off cooldown. Ravage in 20 seconds, Eclipse in 10. Let's see if they're able to hold back with enough time to be able to enable them to come off. Illusion, gonna scout out. Rogi placing down the Observer Ward.
Lines
I'm gonna
drawn.
go for a wraparound. Look at this. Look at these lines. Like Dagger of Eblo and Yokem. They're trying to get a pick off on the back lines, but a good Observer Ward here on the high ground is going to catch out Polo as he goes in forward.
Jump on forward. Triple silence as well with a cookie fall. That's a great start from Diver. Can they bring him down before the ultimates are going to be able to come through? They'll look to turn with the blood right out. The damage is too much for them to handle. The buybacks, it's not enough. They'll try and rejoin the fight, but mid one and Co will stand strong in this team fight. On the slash out, In Your Dream going to have to beat a bit of TP. He'll make it. But what an incredible fight from SMG. They finally hit back.
Snap reaction there from Nia, making sure he dives forward onto three-man silence coming through. Of course, making himself a lot tankier. And the cookie follow-up ends up costing him his own life there. But Rafu doesn't really care. He's just going to go in every single time. Again, just coordination, pure coordination coming through. Rogi as well, just making sure that they maintained that advantage they had around that high ground vision. Getting rid of the sentry, getting rid of the Observer Ward that they tried to quickly place up on Galaxy Racer, which meant the team fight just kept turning more and more in SMG's favor.
Yeah, now they should lead this into a tier 2 tower. I mean, there's still Ravage and Supernova available from Radiant. Do they have...
And they'll have foil again soon.
They have a smoke, or is that their last one used? I don't see a smoke on anyone for them.
No.
They're not going to be able to get that tier 2 in the end. I thought they might think about looking for it. They're actually going to smoke up here. So what timings? Nia just hit 18. Mid 120, got an extra talent. 160 Blade Fury DPS. Shard picked up as well. KP 20.
Much larger cast range on that Rupture.
See if they can have another great start to that fight. They don't have the vision advantage this time, which was very impactful for them.
Even KP just having the pipe for that 10% overall magic resist. Still a big bulk of where the damage is coming from on Galaxy Racer. So if they can survive long enough to get these BKBs coming up next.
Arfu.
KP's most importantly.
Blackity.
Really deep in. Only a one-man drink coil.
Yeah, that's not a great start for the fight here for Radiant, but they still have a couple more ultimates to use afterwards. Dive in. Arfu wants to be on the backline, but the Ravage is going to fly. They've clicked on mid one, but Blade Fury is going to come out. Now with the Rupture, it kites back Radiant, so let's see if they can push on 4 for more. Nia, quick use of the ultimate. He's got the haste as well to reset here. Yokam's hunting. Blink on cooldown for another second. Looks like he might just have to follow on forward to get the Grimstroke.
Longish Roche respawn timer though, so they're not going to get rewarded for some good teamfight execution around that high ground. I mean, again with SMG, the vision game really coming back to bite them a little bit. And it's still going to continue to be hard. You know, 2 minutes left until the night time. I like that whenever that happens, Galaxy Race, they're clumping together around this Luna. With the increased Luna Blessing vision, 1,000 extra night vision is enormous. When you know SMG, they're in a position where they want to try and group up, try and get a kill. Just not working for them just yet.
Yeah, that's the important thing. Like, it's now kind of showing that who gets the jump, their probability of winning that fight feels like so much greater than the other team who doesn't get that jump. So Vision, you know, we saw what Dai could do with the Observe Ward in their own jungle last time. We're going to see when nighttime comes through for In Your Dream as well, and how Radiant can get positioned with their Observe Wards. They don't have any wards in the map just yet for Radiant. Trying to see, Polo's got 1. So they might smoke up, drop a ward. It's got to be around Roshan though, because you know this is going to be that next objective.
They want to keep this high ground vision as much as they can, but they've still smoked. Nia revealing in the mid lane. Maybe they could try and go for a kill here. Arfu, he's kind of revealing himself a little bit forward. Oh, quickly gets out. Nicely done. Very quick fingers on that blink dagger, and they go for a counter smoke immediately. Except for mid one. He's kind of left on the back line, still wanting to farm. Hopefully he doesn't get caught away from the rest of his team if the fight breaks out.
They're just playing around their vision. Got a high ground ward. Bait mid one under it. Did Radiant drop theirs?
Kind of nuts that with all these magic damage abilities, we're 35 minutes in and only the Luna has a BKB.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy to mine. I mean, for SMG, they need it on their cores drastically, and it will seriously improve their chances in these next few team fights. I don't think they actually revealed them walking into the Roche pit. It's just on the edge there. KP now. He's finally going to be there. Instantly, you can see on the minimap, all the Radiant heroes start to make their way through. Going for a bit of a wraparound here is the Illusion from In Your Dream, providing that valuable information.
He's just got a heart. It feels like he's always going to get a Ravage off in a fight. They don't have that burst potential to kill Mizu. He's just going to stick himself on the front, allow him to drag multiple heroes together for a coil, for an Earth Spike, then he can drop the Ravage through the later stage. Like, it feels like you really have to use that Ravage for protecting the Supernova.
Right now, all SMG are playing around is find as much farm from mid one while also not giving up Roshan, because he's only 300 gold away from his MKB. Hell, even KP, he's damn close to picking up his BKB for himself. Like Galaxy Race, they kind of realize this. They're like, you know what? There's a reason they're not going into Roche. They've got a lot of kill potential onto it with all their minus armor. So let's try and push the advantage.
Scepter as well. Void Spirit gonna get back to safety. Great timing of the Ravage Supernova. Egg on the high ground as well. They've stunned up the Snapfires. The little Shredder's not enough. What's KP doing up there? Oh, Bloodseeker, that's not where you want to be. Who's Spider Legs down? They're gonna buy back on Nia. Radiant, they have used a lot of ultimates. Another one's gonna come through with the Finger of Death. But SMG do want to force this fight, knowing that all the ultimates were used. You can potentially buy back on Arfu. Mid one
Not gonna
still
be
has
fast enough.
Omni. They're going to do it. But Roche is falling low. You've got to get in the area. About a third health pool still remaining. Just simply in and out. Mid one trying to man fight. He's standing his ground. But Luna has got Satanic. So In Your Dream doesn't care. And that means that mid one is away for the rest of the team. That's going to be a dieback for Nia. A great cookie stump, but where's the help? Mid one finally going to come through with the Omni Slash. They're all grouped up at the moment. Look how far they're low. In Your Dream, BKB Pop still looking to try and turn the Satanic Life. Still, it's not enough. In Your Dream would try and do it all himself, but mid one, the lone survivor
Got the
here.
Dagon as well.
Dagon, can he get it out fast enough? Mid one, got a couple of teammates still up on the high ground. Mizu,
Indeed.
Sunray healing him up. In Your Dream, back up, ready to go as well.
So
They'll push him
tanky.
back. KP's movement speed. They'll bring him down with the Dagon.
Strange time to
Mid one
hibernate.
just scurrying away with his life. But a lot forced out there. You take a look at the buybacks. Oh my.
You're totally fine with that on Galaxy Racer, though. They knew they were in a more advantageous position once that Omni Slash was used. All the damage is gone, basically. They go for the last-ditch
Jeez.
effort to try and steal something away on mid one.
Alacrity's got coil. Oh, they break it.
Oh.
It's
the
an
Axe.
Academ's coil as well. Mid one. He's so slow right now. Look at the percent damage. Mid one's going to end up falling, and mid one doesn't have a buyback.
Get up if you can.
You
Does-
admire the effort. You know, you're in a rough position. The diebacks
Radiant's
were
bottom
coming out
tower
already
is
on
under
SMG, but it was the all-or-nothing play coming through from mid one. They should know that he doesn't have the buyback available if he's not going to pop it as they're going in onto this high ground with the previous buybacks used on Galaxy Racer's side. And this should be another victory for Galaxy Racer, unless the team on SMG is able to make some magic happen.
Well, they're about to have 3 heroes up, but we've seen what a Luna can do when you get inside the base previously, and just these objectives get ripped apart. Tier 4s are gone.
No blips.
Ancient exposed. You got to go now if you're going to do so, but great use of Alacrity's silence, just preventing them from jumping in. You're still going to drop the Ravage, try and look to turn. I mean, that's your only hope.
Some celebratory ultis pop. Yeah.
What a series from Galaxy Racer. That is a statement. 2-0ing SMG with a new roster.
Yeah, for sure. Woo. I like the game awareness that Galaxy Racer had. They're like, okay, we've got the advantage. We're waiting for our ultimates. But for some reason, they're not taking Roche. Even though they've got a Solar Crest, they've got the little Shredder, they can quickly take it down. So what's the holdup? All right, let's try and force something out of them. Let's move ourselves into the Roche pit, force them to come just before they're ready. Because I still think right at the very end, all of that gold, instead of being used on items, was just used on buybacks. So still, SMG, no BKBs by the end of that game. You know, 39 minutes against Eclipse, against all of Puck's damage with a Dagon 5, against a Phoenix, against Ravage, against a Lion. No magic immunity, other than a Juggernaut spinning, is a bit of a mistake in my books.
Just impressed overall as well with Galaxy Racer. I mean, they're going to jump up now to 5-1, which is a solid start to their Lubet Pro Series 6. Just a venture for them to try and place high up in the bracket, and with a very convincing 2-0 victory over SMG. That's just going to give themselves more and more confidence on this new roster, and they are starting to become a real treat to watch as well with how they're able to execute a lot of these fights. Just overall, another solid team performance. I mean, we see Mizu this time finally, the hero pool getting expanded. He's now got 3 heroes played. Yokam, another incredible game for him. You got the cores popping off with Alacrity and Dream, and none other than just the consistent Polo Sun as well. Some great use of the combos, recognizing their power spikes, and Galaxy Racer. They're going to take our second series of the night, 2-0. We are going to see more of SMG. They're going to have to try and recoup and recover before their next opponent against Omega Esports. That'll be about a 20-minute break until our third series of the night is underway.